I'd never been to a war zone before. You don't know what it's going to be like in a war zone until you're actually there. I was there for 3 months making films and photographs, and I flew all over Helmand province. It's a very surreal thing. You can hear the bullets go whiz like this. It doesn't sound too dangerous, but you know if your head was over here, a metre, you'd be dead. I was picked up one morning by a tank. We drove to get to this market. Previously it had been Taliban-run territory, and now it was controlled by the British Army. And I'm with a movie camera, a big, heavy, slow-motion 16mm movie camera. You start to see people's reactions, to see this terrible sense of fear. Although people are ostensibly smiling and waving, you can also see this real mistrust in people's eyes. And I really felt a deep sense of shame being there, and shame for Britain being there. I also took the decision never to use a soundtrack on these films, so we could really look at what the image was telling us and not be sucked into some illusion of narrative. I also made another movie called Backdrops in Helmand. I had these backdrops made up. They were basically depictions of previous conflicts, either photographs or paintings from previous wars. The idea was to shoot real live action in Afghanistan against these backdrops, to suggest that we've already been to Afghanistan twice and it's never worked out well. Why on earth would we think it was going to be any better this time? About 15 years ago, I thought, well, actually, I'm going to turn my back on the art world and I'm going to make a project for a different group of people. I spent from 2003 to 2005 living in this small Scottish town to make the Port Glasgow Book Project. My idea was everybody in this small town who are featured in this book would get a free copy of the book. So I made this project. The book was hand-delivered by the local boys in Port Glasgow. That was quite an amazing day. And the reaction to the project was very varied. And all my work since is about how photography can have a social function in the real world. Here is London. It was commissioned by the New York Times magazine, and it was late 2011. I looked at rich communities, very poor communities, these real contrasts. I tried to make the images look as if they could have been taken in 1970 or the 1980s in such a way to suggest that these issues to do with society, income, class division haven't really changed in 40 or 50 years in Britain. And I tried to communicate this simply through the images themselves. What I really attempted to do, I think, was try and bring back a different story than the one in which the media, they're two completely different things, always, always.